Hey everyone, it's Kaylee from Better Business Better Life, and tonight I'm answering for you a question of how to get more clients with one really simple question. If you answer this question, I can guarantee you will make more sales. Now, if you're like most business owners, you've probably heard before things like, oh, I love what you do, you're amazing at this, so good. But when you actually ask for the commitment, ask for the sale, people aren't actually ready. They don't buy from you. You don't get the sales, you don't get the money, which can be the most frustrating thing in the world. As a business owner, we rely on sales to keep our businesses growing, to maintain viability, to be sustainable, to grow our businesses. So it's super, super important that we overcome hurdles for people investing in our products and services, our offers. So I'm going to be answering what that question is tonight, and also giving you some examples of how you can overcome that objection. So what it looks like, what to say, how to address the question, answer the question, so that you actually get more sales. Now, if you're joining me live, definitely introduce yourself. Say hi, because I love to connect with you. It's nice to have a conversation, right? But say hello and let me know you're here. I'm actually going to just share this broadcast on in my Profit Rocket Entrepreneurs group and my Facebook Life to Thrive group, because I know that they will benefit from this as well. That they're a part of those groups for this very reason, to learn how to grow their businesses and to increase sales. So I will share that there. But in the meantime, if you're joining me live, be sure to let me know. Comment yes if you would like more sales. Would you like more sales in your business? Just hit yes. So it won't be 2 seconds while I share it. Always helps to have it typed up in advance, so then it doesn't take as long to share. And here we go. So is this something you want to do? Are you wanting to increase sales in your business? Are you struggling? Do you get what you do is amazing, I love your stuff, but no actual sale at the end of it? It actually reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to do markets. Like, that was a way of making pocket money for me. And I'd go to markets and people would be like, oh, that's so cute, or oh, your stuff's amazing. But they wouldn't actually stop and buy. They just make the lovely compliments and walk on by, which is the most frustrating thing in the world. So if you've experienced that, let me know that that's you. Okay, so first one shared, one to go, and then I'll get underway and tell you exactly what this question is and how to answer it. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. So if you've ever experienced what you do is amazing, but they're not buying, if people walk away, if it's face-to-face, or people click away, you've either got a situation where sales are delayed, but most probably you've lost the opportunity to make a sale, because people get distracted. We all have so much going on in our lives, and so we don't come back. Your opportunity to sell is most often right at the very point where you're connecting, having that connection point with your potential client. Now, that doesn't matter whether you're selling a product or a service. You want to get people to commit. You want to get people to sign on the dotted line if there's an agreement involved, or to actually pay a deposit, or to purchase on the spot. So, if this is something that you know, someone who's struggling with sales, they'd like to get more sales, don't even have to be struggling with more sales, just want to grow their business more, be sure to tag them in the comments. And if you can't stay the whole time, just share it to your own profile, because then it's going to be so much easier to find when you're ready to come back. compared with going through my newsfeed. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is going to make the difference between whether you get sales or not. Now, I'm going to say to you in the comments, I'd love you to have a guess. What do you think the question is that you need to answer to make people buy? What is it when they're looking at your sales page? Perhaps they're reading something on social media or in your emails. Perhaps it's a face-to-face conversation or on a Skype call, something like that. What question do you think it is that you need to answer? I'll give you a second to pop your ideas in the comments. And you might be surprised, it's quite a simple question, but it is vital that you answer it. Okay, so this particular question works for any type of business. It doesn't matter whether you sell products or services. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You could be plumbing, you could be a caterer, you could be an internet marketer, a network marketer, you could be in health and well-being. This works for every business. So the question you have to answer is why now? Simple as that. Why should the customer or potential client buy now? Why should they do it now rather than going, yeah, I'll do it some stage, in the future, but not now? Why now? Okay, so there's a couple of ways of approaching this. There are what I call manufactured reasons to buy now. And that's not to say they're not genuine or they're dodgy, but they're created reasons to buy now. They create urgency and scarcity, and we'll talk about them in a minute. And we've also got organic reasons to answer why buy now. So these are things that are not created but occur naturally and give incentive for people to invest in your products or services. So in terms of the manufactured reasons or the manufactured answers to why buy now, it could be something like you're going to increase the prices. So previously with my testimonials kit, how to get testimonials that sell, I advised via email and a Facebook Live to my clients that I was going to be increasing the price of the testimonial kit on X date. And so if they wanted to grab it at the current price and get the new version, then they should buy now, right? So I've given them a reason to act. I'm saying to them, hey, if this has been something on your list, on your shopping list, but you haven't bought now, here's the reason to act now, because you're going to save money. Okay, so it could also be that there's limited availability. So if you happen to know and follow Marie Folio, hey Lucy, you'll know that B-School only opens once a year for enrollment. You literally can only join B-School, her business program, once per year. So people know that if they want to join, they need to take action or they'll have to wait another 12 months, which if you're starting a business is not a good time frame to work with. So it gives them an incentive, a reason to act now. It could be something like limited quantities. So, for example, if you're coaching one-on-one, or perhaps you're providing some sort of health service, if you're a kinesiologist, if you're a skincare specialist, any of those sorts of things where you have limited time available, you're seeing people one-on-one, so you've got a maximum capacity, that gives people reason to invest now. If perhaps you're a website designer and you only take on 2 clients every month, let people know that that's the case. There's only 2 spots. That's a reason why now, why they should invest in your offering right now. And of course, there's the obvious one of discounting with a deadline. So it might be something like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which is a massive promotion that goes on each year, particularly focused in the US, but certainly spreading, and I'm seeing it more and more in Australia. So that's coming up shortly. It could be Boxing Day. If you're based in Australia, every year thousands of people line up at David Jones, Myer, the big box stores, waiting for the doors to open at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning to get the massive discounts that come with Boxing Day sales. But it could be something like a tripwire with your emails. So if someone signs up for your freebie, so subscribes to your freebie, the thank you page, instead of just thanking them, actually says to them, hey, if this is of interest to you, knowing that you want to learn about X because you've opted in for the freebie, here's the next step at a discounted offer that you can take up in the next 30 minutes. The only place this offer will be advertised at this price. If you don't buy it now, you'll have to pay X in the future. It might be that instead of a resource costing $49, if you buy in the next half an hour, it's $7 instead. Does that make sense? Let me know if you're watching. Let me know if that makes sense. So discounting, limited quantities, limited availability, so only opens at certain time or only available in certain periods. It could be things like, particularly with the limited quantities, it could be collaborations. So Stella McCartney designing for Target, for example, that's only available for a limited time and in limited quantity. So people rush out to buy these things, and increasing your prices. So letting people know in advance that you're going to be increasing your prices for a particular item, particular service, and giving them X amount of time to invest in that. Quite often people do this. They notify in November, December for each calendar year that the price will increase on January 1st. So if you want to secure more of my services, for example, more bookkeeping, more catering, whatever it might be, at the current pricing, you need to book by such and such date. Yeah? Does that make sense? Okay. So if you're watching live, let me know. Or even if you're watching the recording, I should say, because I always check back. How have you done this? How have you tried to implement this in your business? And has it worked for you? Is this something you've done? And have you seen an increase in sales, or has it not got the results you were hoping for? If you would like more information in regards to the tripwires and also the increasing of prices, I'm just going to put a free resource for you here. No opt-in for it. It's just a recording of a previous Facebook Live, all about how to use tripwires and increasing prices to get more sales. So be sure to check that out. Let's see, I did copy it properly. We're winning. Okay, so that's another great resource. If that's something that you would like to do or you're considering for your business, be sure to check out that free resource. Okay, so that's the manufactured way of answering why now. That's the, I guess you could call it, created way to get more sales or have clients buy more of something, getting them to recognize the incentive or the reason that they should invest in your product and service now. Okay, now let's talk about the organic triggers as such, as the organic why now. So it could be things like the change of seasons. That's not something we create. That's something that happens every year. As a consumer and as a business owner, we know that the seasons are going to change on a particular day, or not necessarily the temperature, but in terms of dates and calendar-wise, we know when the seasons change. It could be special occasions, it could be Mother's Day, it could be Christmas. These things are not something that we as individuals create the incentive. The incentive is there, and it's about linking your why now, why the customer should invest now, to these natural or organic occurrences, these natural or organic triggers. Does that make sense? Hit yes in the comments if it does, and if not, tell me that too. So you want to ask yourself, say it's coming up to Christmas, ask yourself, how does your ideal client feel about Christmas, or feel about the trigger event? How do they feel about that? What stresses them out about it? What do they dread? So if it's coming up to Christmas, what drives them nuts about Christmas time that they so desperately want to avoid? And then ask yourself, how does your product or service help them overcome that struggle or that dread? How can you prevent them from experiencing that suffering? Because that is a real strong reason as to why they should buy now. Okay, how does your offer solve what they're facing? Or it might be that out of your range of products and services, there's one in particular, one item or one service in particular that is most suited to solving their problem right now. So you might focus your promotional efforts on that, lead with that offer rather than the full suite that you normally have. Okay, and then once you've asked yourself, what is it that they dread and how does your product help overcome that? Let's put it into a bit of a formula. So the product, X product, is perfect for people who. So who does it help? Because they need this solution. So product is perfect for people who needing X result or X solution. So a couple of examples of that. Say you're coming up to Christmas time and you're like me, you're a total chocoholic. You know, well, not even a chocoholic, just a foodaholic, frankly. You know that you're going to be going to lots of Christmas parties. You know that you're probably going to overindulge. It happens every year. And that leads to breakouts. Your skin breaks out. You know, maybe some acne shows up that you don't actually want. Like, you want to be looking your best at these events. So if I was an owner of a skincare clinic, I might say, eat whatever you want. The 4-week skincare plan will prevent breakouts and keep you looking your best throughout the festive season. If I'm concerned about acne, or I know poor diet really is a trigger for my acne, then I'm going to definitely sign up for that. I'm going to want the solution that's going to prevent that. So I'm looking my best. Like, single girl here wants to look good for all the potential guys at the parties, right? Maybe inappropriate, but never mind. You know, it's an example of why your product is the solution for a specific person, like me as a foodaholic who's going to overindulge, who's going to have breakouts, to solve the problem, keeping me looking my best. It's going to give a specific solution. Another example, think of if you were an Etsy seller. You sell some gorgeous crafts. Every year you have a fit over getting it finished. You know, it's all handmade. You've got to get it finished by X date. You've got to get the orders out, and you've got to make sure they get delivered before Christmas. Nothing is worse than waking up to emails on Christmas Day telling you that the present hasn't arrived. Like, imagine, you've probably experienced this. Like, you've ordered a present and it hasn't shown up in time. It's a pretty horrible experience. And as the customer, odds are you're going to let the person you bought or ordered the present from know all about it. So if you happen to be a postage service, a package service, a courier service of some sort, the sort of thing I would be using to answer the why now question. Why should people use you, and why are you the solution to use now? It could be something like, hey, we've got an extended hours from 9 till 9 until the 23rd of December, and we guarantee your items will be delivered safe and sound within 24 hours. No need to stress that your orders get delivered. Like, dare I say it? Maybe Australia Post. My experience with quite often with packages and letters, mail that I've sent, it hasn't arrived in the time frames advertised. If you can say, hey, I'm going to deliver this, and I'm going to deliver it on time, in one piece, in exactly how it's promised, then that's going to be a hell of an incentive to people to choose you over alternative services, especially if you give them more time to get their products created and get their orders out, and that you actually deliver as promised. So that's why now. Why you and why now? Okay, does that make sense? So once you've answered why now, why people should invest in your products and services now, all you have to do is market it to them. Let them know that this is your offer. This is, hey Robin, hey Karen, this is your offer. This is how it solves their problem, and this is why they should act now. Always answering in any marketing message, why now? Why should they act now? If you can include that in your marketing message and then share that, make sure that reaches your ideal audience multiple times through, through different channels, whether it's social media, email marketing, etc., that's going to increase your sales. And you can look, tonight, look at your sales page for your products and services and go, hey, does this answer why now? Why people should invest now? And as I said, there's the manufactured options like discounts, increasing prices, limited quantities, limited availability. You're not going to have them available all the time, but you've also got the organic factors. So things like changes of season, things like particular events, where you can just adjust a couple of paragraphs in your sales page, in your email, in your social media to answer why now, and you will increase sales. So, does that make sense? Answering the question why now and how that will lead to more sales. Let me know in the comments. Does that make sense to you? Have you got any questions that I can answer for you in regards to you answering the question why now and using that answer to generate more sales? I'll give you a second to respond. And as I said before, I would love to hear if you've used this in your business. Let me know about it. Did it work? What did you do? Did it not work? What do you think went not quite to plan? Okay, so there you go. They're the steps. If you can take this away, and as I said, you can be doing this tonight, just tweaking your marketing messages just that little bit to make sure you've answered why now, and you will increase your sales. Okay, Robin's just saying, just came in a little bit late on this point, but it makes great sense. Awesome, Robin. So I know you've got a particular Christmas promotion going in your business at the moment. This would be the perfect thing to apply that to, and I know you've got more marketing activities planned. This is an opportunity to answer the question, why now? Why should people invest in your products and services now? Okay, so go ahead. If you feel confident, actually apply this to your marketing messages. Ask yourself, does it answer why now? If you would like a little bit extra help, if you're like, I get the idea, but I'd love a little bit of hand-holding through the process. Next Thursday evening, so the 16th of November at 8 p.m, I'm actually going to be hosting a workshop, and I'm going to take you through how to craft and market your offer using this why now. So if you haven't put your Christmas promo together yet, or you have, but you're not necessarily getting the results you expected from it, and you're not quite sure how to apply the why now factor, enroll in this, and I'm going to take you through a worksheet. So we're going to talk through your offers together. I'm going to give you individual feedback, customized feedback, and you're going to walk away with a marketing plan. So you've got your message, you've got your offer, you know your message, and you know how you're going to reach your ideal clients. If that sounds like something that would help you, and you want to get more sales this Christmas, you'd like to increase your sales, get more clients, then all you have to do is comment on the Facebook Live, Festive Fun. And what I'll do is I will reach out to you, let you know how to enroll. The investment is just $97, so for most of you that'll be one extra sale, and you've already covered in your investment. But here's my why now for you. You could go, yeah, I've got to get round to doing my festive promo. I need to get this organized. I'll do it soon. That whole I'll do it soon, Next thing you know, it's going to be December and you won't have that offer and you'll miss the opportunity to get more sales, to get more clients, to increase your sales before the end of the calendar year. So if that's you, if you might have this temptation to procrastinate a little bit and put it off, enroll in the workshop and I will step you through it. I'll be there to support you every step of the way, and you can know exactly what you're doing and start marketing as of next Thursday night and be increasing your sales. So as I said, if you're interested, just comment Festive Fun and I will get in touch. In the meantime, I'd love, if you're watching a recording, let me know. I'd love to hear if you have any questions, if you tried this and you've had success or it hasn't worked out. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. Bye.